Itunu Babalola's crime is that she's a Nigerian and she's not a daughter of a politician or a wealthy individual in Nigeria. Hello everyone, you're welcome to my channel. If you're new here, you're welcome. If you're an existing viewer, thank you so much for stopping by. Please remember to like, share and subscribe to my channel, and feel free to drop your comments in the comment section below. As is known, we try to keep it constructive here, but this is a very, very sad one. And the truth is, a lot of people avoid talking about things, but we need to have discussions, because somebody is engaged today or somebody is involved today, you never can tell who the next person will be. As a Nigerian, you will agree with us that it's not the best of times in terms of how we treat ourselves, how we secure our lives and our properties, and how we manage our situations. Now, this 20 years old citizen of Oyo State is very industrious. As you can see, she's a beautiful woman. Yeah, she's 20, so she's a woman. Beautiful woman, and you can see her parents also, And she decided to look for greener pastures, but she chose a country called Cotedivoire, where she went and she was living with a roommate there, and she was, doing a small trading business. Her mother fell ill, I think about 2 years ago, so she had to come to Nigeria. Her mother had stroke, and she had to come to Nigeria to spend 3 weeks with her mother. So when she got to Nigeria, she got a phone call that our house has been boggled. Maybe a shop or something was boggled. So, she completed her stay here. And when she got back to Cote d'Ivoire, it was discovered, our roommate told her that he knew the burglar. The burglar was a young teenager, and they went to make a report at the police station. Unfortunately, very unfortunately, the police officer who was in charge of the police station happened to be an uncle to the burglar. So definitely that was what caused the twist to the story. So in order for the police officer or police boss or whatever his name is called, to protect his own niece, who was now discovered to be the burglar, he offered Itunu equivalent of 100,000 naira, all right, for what was boggled. But Ireti refused and said the value of the things that was stolen is either the boy returned all the things he stole, or she's given the equivalent of, the monetary equivalent of 300,000, the cost of what was taken away. The man was not happy to hear this. He thought Itunu was stubborn for saying that, so he didn't push too far anymore. So it's just very unfortunate. It's just very unfortunate. And before we knew what was going on, they accused her of human trafficking. Yeah, she was accused by the police boss of human trafficking. And unfortunately, again, her real name is not what she's using. She used in Cote d'Ivoire. She changed her name for whatever reason. I don't know how tough it was to get maybe like a stay or something, like, or different countries have their own regulations on paperwork and all of that. But she, and that was what they used against her to say, okay, if you're here in our country, you're accusing my niece of burgling your house, well, which we found to be true. I'm offering you 100,000 naira. You're refusing to accept the 100,000 naira. That's the equivalent in naira. That's what I mean. You're requesting for equivalent of 300,000 naira, which I'm not going to give you. So I'm going to rob you in human trafficking charges. And that was what was done. So Itunu was charged to court, and she was sentenced to 20 years imprisonment. 20 years imprisonment. Itunu cried out. There's an investigative journalist called David Hudeyi who heard about her case and was always on that case. I remember 2 years ago when this case started, and David was reaching out to the concerned authority. He tweeted about it and all of that. But, after a while, we didn't hear anything anymore. Until 2-3 days ago, when it was declared that Itunu lost her life in a prison in Cote d'Ivoire. Then everybody started jumping up and down. Oh, what happened? That's when we got to know. In this, there's a video an interview where Itunu's father, as you can see him here, was interviewed by BBC News, and he wept. He was talking about how his daughter called him and told him that she was victimized by a woman in the prison. Yeah, that she was victimized, that she was suffering. So the father tried to calm her down. Meanwhile, the father had reached out to Honorable Abike Dabiri, who is the head of NIDCOM, an agency in Nigeria who is in charge of matters like this. Okay, so Abike Dabiri said when the case was reported to her by her father last year, it was during COVID, March, April last year. So there was little they could do, but she started, the process, and that they went to court. They made an appeal, and I think the appeal was reduced to 10 years. All right, but they were still on the case or something. But to cut a long story short, Itunu lost her life. This beautiful 20-year-old lady lost her life for doing nothing wrong. And I need to say this. They said at a point over there when, she was facing the charges, they asked her, okay, which country is she from? They said she's in Nigeria. And they said, oh, now there she go. I don't want to use that word. This is so unfortunate. Who we offend, like we normally say, who we offend. How is it a crime to be from this particular country where nobody is interested in our human, nobody is interested in our welfare, human life is not valued, and we are just looking as if everything is okay? A country that doesn't take the life and security of its youth seriously. Where are we going? And for what the little my little knowledge about international laws and diplomacy and all of that, when this kind of case, you can read David Hudain, look for him on Twitter or any of his social media platform. You're going to read all of this. I'm not going to read all of this. It's a very long read, so please go on his platform to get the whole gist of the matter from the beginning to the end. So it's just so unfortunate. It's just so unfortunate when in international relationship, when one citizen of a country has done or is charged for something, right? Their country is meant to consult the consular to reach out to say, oh, your citizen name so person has done so thing. Immediately action should be taken. We know Abike Dabiri has granted, I think I've seen by 3 interviews in the last 72 hours. 3 interviews on 3 different platforms. In fact, she had a meeting with the ambassador of Cote d'Ivoire to Nigeria in Abuja yesterday, where she was discussing and sharing her sadness over the whole issue and all of that. Right? So while we are even all blacks, let me put it like that. I don't want to sound like a racist, but that's what it is. We are all Africans. So why are we treating each other like this? Why are we so mean to each other? I can't just play. I'm always telling people, once you don't put humanity first in what you're doing, it's just I don't want to use the word I'm feeling like using right now. You, the police boss, that you think that's the highest rank, you are the top of the ladder, nothing can happen to you, you have all the powers. Who told you that? It doesn't take God a second to put you down, to relegate you, to disgrace you. Fine. Okay, you want to restitute out of court or something. And this is a young girl who was struggling. And you're giving her 100,000 out of, is it that you let the Lord do it cost, or you give her the actual amount of the money, or you stagger it and pay instrumentally or something? Why must you accuse an innocent girl of something she did not do? Do you think if the father is okay in Nigeria, is a top shot or top politician, he will allow his 20-year-old girl to go and hustle in Cote d'Ivoire? It's just so unfortunate. The man was weeping. Please go and also watch it on BBC News platform. I'm not able to bring the video here. Go and watch it also. I couldn't help but shed tears when I saw the man weeping. How long are we going to do like this for each other? How long? And it just seems so normal. Oh, so person died or something. We just move on. It's just unfortunate. It's so heartbreaking, and I pray our beautiful soul find rest in the bosom of the Lord. And may God give her the fortitude, her parent the fortitude to bear the loss. Honorable Abike has promised that even in death, Itunu is going to get justice. So let's wait and see. But really, what justice is that when the lady is gone? The beautiful thing should have been for them to have rescued this lady before she lost her life in the Ivory Coast prison. Thank you so much for watching. This is a sad one. I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.